Hey everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you are doing, you are safe, you are well, and you are with someone you care about who also cares about you. I can't believe we're at the end of August. It's really quite bizarre. And for once, I'm filming at the end of the day, about an hour and a half before the sun goes down, so I don't have to worry about the sun blinding me. It's way over there behind the trees. It's not far off the horizon. And there are clouds in the sky, which has been lovely. Go and watch the Chicken and Garden update if you haven't yet, if you are into such things. Cool things are happening in the garden, although we do have wasps, which is not so fun. But that's not what I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk to you about preparedness. Not necessarily about accident preparedness or disaster preparedness, but rather what you carry with you in your vehicle to be prepared in case your vehicle breaks down, somebody else breaks down. Things like jump starter cables or tow ropes or spare wheel or a can of goo, or maybe you have a special toolbox that you've made that contains all the things that you need. Vi, our DP, has this little bag, several little bags in the back of the Bolt that have been specifically arranged and designed to work with the Bolt. So they just went to a local hardware store and built this bag up from off-the-shelf parts, but designed it specifically so that it would be perfect for using in the Bolt. And that includes, you know, everything from tire repair stuff to a wrench so that they can take a wheel off if they need to. And it's, I think, something that I have always been used to doing, but I didn't realize that everybody didn't do that. So obviously when I had a classic car, when I had a Morris Minor, part of my emergency kit included the starting handle, and it saved me one day. I'd replaced a clutch, and a friend had helped me, and I thought my friend had done up a certain set of bolts, and they thought that I had done up a certain set of bolts, and it turned out that neither of us had checked the tightness on a couple of bolts around the starter motor. And so, you know, I'm driving up somewhere in the UK on a fairly long distance trip, and I hear this rattle that gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And then I hear a big clunk, and part of the gearbox casing comes away with the starter motor. And of course, the only way I can keep that car running before I get it repaired is the starter handle. The starter motor won't properly engage, so I can't turn the engine over. I have to stop for petrol. I know it's hard, but I did drive a petrol car for I think I learned to drive when I was 22, so I would have owned a petrol car from 2002 to about 2006, 2007. So yeah, during that time, I primarily drove classic cars, and I was very glad that I had that starter handle that I could use. It was also useful for scaring my in-laws when they came to visit. My father-in-law was not impressed that when I met them at the airport and I dressed up like a chauffeur and led them out to this vintage tiny British car. He wasn't very impressed that I reached for the starter handle as a joke. But I think he got the joke later because I showed him I knew how to use it, and, you know, it was one of those things. But anyway, so I used to carry spares and little bags of things. You know, I used to carry a spare coil and some spare HT leads and all that kind of thing. But I'd love to know what you carry in your EV. So in my truck, for example, I carry different tow hitches. I carry a tow rope normally. I have an inordinate number of tie downs that I carry. I also, interestingly, keep my canyon dancers in the truck. I don't keep my bike chock, but I keep my canyon dancers, meaning that if I need to help someone and put a motorbike in the back of my truck, I can. Canyon dancers, for those who don't know, are special little tie downs that go over the handlebars of a motorbike and help you compress the front forks so that when you're transporting it, it doesn't bounce as it goes down the road. I also carry, of course, all the electrical adapters, so I can charge the truck off most things I come across. Less of a problem now than it used to be. Back when we used to have the Nissan Leaf in the UK, we used to carry like 5 or 6 different adapters. And I've got a picture somewhere when we went to Europe of like 12 different adapters that we made specifically for a trip to Europe so that we would always be able to charge wherever we found power. Not so much a problem now, but if you carry that with you and you have an EV, tell me about it in the down below. I'd also love to know if you have any recommendations for particular brands of things that you carry with you, maybe a particular jump starter that you use. EVs don't require a massive jump starter, but it can be really useful to have an emergency lithium-ion jump pack with you in case your 12-volt battery goes south. It allows you to just jump start the computers in the car and then turn on the traction battery, which then can keep your system running until you next stop. That's saved my bacon a couple of times. Also, a tyre compressor, because certainly in the US, I find that tyre compressors at gas stations are not particularly reliable, and having a digital one that I can keep in my glove box is a real useful thing. Of course, NACS adapters are also things that I assume most people have if they have a US EV. And I would love to know what else you carry, whether it's for emergency use or not. And also, do you carry a first aid kit? Because I assume that a lot of people carry first aid kits. I try to, but sometimes I'm really terrible at remembering to put it back in my truck or my car. So we have one, but normally it's not in the vehicle because I've taken it out for some reason and forgotten to put it back in. And if you are a biker, do you carry something like a rescue kit or whatever, just to make sure that you can help other bikers on the road? I would love to know what constitutes your emergency kit and how you use it and why you have it. Because also, I know a lot of people who have particular things that they now carry in their vehicle because of this one time. They realised they didn't have what they needed and they were like, I'm not going to have to pay for a tow truck again if I carry this little £5 or $5 piece of equipment with me. I'll know that I'll be able to get myself out of a muddle. So tell me your experiences and what you pack in your vehicle in the down below. Thanks for joining me today. And if you've got thoughts, make sure you leave them in our Discord chat room, on our Patreon page, down below, on our blog, or you can reach out to us on Mastodon or Blue Sky. Thanks to the amazing list of people scrolling by on your screen right now. They are part of the massive community of supporters who make this channel possible, helping us through Patreon and YouTube, covering our bills, paying our team, and helping us to remain 100% independent. If you'd like to join them and see your name listed here, just follow the link below. We've got options available across a wide range of different price points from just $1.50 US a month. A massive welcome to our newest supporters: M. Wessy, Les Magnar, MX Flounder, NYTMR, Thrill Nelly, Hernan Giraldo, Christopher Bloodworth, Eric Rouvier, Ronnie E. Bickers Jr., Brett Mason, George Piney, Mega XLR, Robert Coghill, Peter Vodka, Gary Wood, Dessa Bird Traveller, Tim van der Loen, Mike Clark, Kyle Olin, Rob Hutchinson, Tony Ladig, Chris Nichols, Tempest, Adrian Atwater, Doug Lloyd, Mitch Rasner, and Brad. To join the list and get your shout out, become a paid Patreon member for your moment of fame, and you can even gift membership to someone else. If you'd like to support us with a one-off donation, you'll find links below to make Ko-fi and Bitcoin donations, and we even have an old-fashioned PO box you can reach us at. Address on our website. You'll also find links to our swag store, and if you're someone who has to shop on Amazon, please consider using our affiliate link so we get the commission, not Jeff Bezos. So we can continue to focus on making our content even better and reduce burnouts, we are being a little freer with our release days, but plan on dropping new content every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday on our main channel, plus something on Sunday over on TE Take 2. If you want more, the mighty algorithm that hates us thinks you should be watching this video, but we think this one is one you should also check out. Be awesome, be kind, be intentional, and don't forget to resist. Keep evolving.